Hi, and welcome to my January 23rd video update. This is going to be another 5 tips episode, and I certainly hope the tips are helpful to many of you. My first tip is get rid of the, you want to get rid of the AHHs. Get rid of the AHHs. One of my viewers pointed this out to me, that it was not a big deal to delete the AHHs that sometimes creep into our talks. And I find that if I'm just talking and not really relying on a script and looking down at it occasionally, just like just now, that I don't interject ahs as often. But listen to this compilation of my ahs. Favorite video drive for the video to this hard and drive, so lower. Crazy, huh? So what I found is at the end of editing my clips together and everything is pretty much finalized, I go through and listen to it again, and I listen for the ahs. In fact, I now can recognize them on the audio track. They have a distinctive look. And then I just delete them. And what I found, crazy, is that I sometimes cut 20 to 30 seconds off a video that I've recorded. So watch for the ahs. They're just like, again, it's a natural thing to do, but it's something that can save you some time on your clips, and it also is not distracting to those listening to you. Okay, tip number 2, change locations while you're videoing. Now, I'm giving you that tip, and I'm not going to do it today because I'm in a room. You can see we have a little bit of a snow shower today in central Virginia and the eastern coast of the United States. And I have to use a light because of all the light that's coming through the window. I've got a light here, and I'm kind of close in on a chair. And so rather than move around a lot, I'm not today. But it's a good idea to try to do that, especially if you don't have to worry. If all I'm doing is using my iPhone and carrying it from place to place, that's no big deal. So change locations while you're recording video that you're making. Tip number 3, don't forget to clean your lens. Whether it's on a regular camera, DSLR, mirrorless camera, point and shoot, or on a smartphone. Because especially on a smartphone, you're putting it in your pocket typically, or even in your purse, and it gets lint on it. So don't forget to clean it. I just use regular eyeglass cleaner. You know, I have to use this on my glasses frequently. So it's a good thing to carry around with you and to use in your smartphone. Tip number 4, use your rear-facing camera if possible. Not the selfie camera, not the camera that when you flip to it, it's on this, the screen that your smartphone displays for everything else. It serves 2 purposes. Number 1, it's usually a better camera. And number 2, you're not likely then to look into the screen thinking that's where people are going to see you. Because that, as I've said before in previous tips, is distracting to the viewers. And I find I still do it when I'm recording. As I am right now, I'm using the selfie camera, or the front-facing camera, to record this. But you get a better quality video if you use the rear-facing camera. And programs like Filmic Pro have a remote app that works together with the app. So I can run Filmic Pro on my iPhone and run Filmic Pro Remote on my iPad, and I can see what the camera's seeing. Because the nice thing about a selfie camera is you can tell if you're in the frame. One of the downsides of a selfie camera is if you have text in the display anywhere, it's going to be reversed. So if you want to show somebody something that's printed, or you have a sign behind you or whatever, it's going to be reverse print. So if you use the rear-facing camera, that won't be the case. So that was tip number 4. And tip number 5, use an app that will let you pause, that is, stop recording but not totally stop the recording, just like a regular video camera, where you can pause, change the position of the camera, hit record again, and it continues recording. And it ends up being one whole file, which makes it a lot easier for you when you're editing. It's also possible that you wouldn't even have to do any editing if you record for the edit, as it were. The Filmic Pro app that I use does have this capability, and it's available for iOS and Android. There's another iOS app called VideoCam, which also will let you pause, change position or change shot location, and start recording again. It's a free app for iOS, but there's a $4.99, I think it is, $4.99 US cost to upgrade to Pro, which allows you to edit within the app. Well, I edit in LumaFusion, so that's not an issue for me. I just want to be able to have an app that's free that I can recommend to people to try this out before they commit to buying an app such as Filmic Pro, which is not cheap, but it's certainly worth every penny that it costs. So those are my tips today, and I hope that you found one of them, two of them useful. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video update. Thank you very much.